Hey, this is Malika of Evanston Live TV, and I have with me three amazing men. Absolutely amazing. I was contacted by DL Banks, and many of you know him from Scene Chicago. He runs a online publication that lets you know all of what's going on out there. And he had contacted me about this amazing tour that's going on throughout the country. And his nephew is a part of it, and it's called the Players Alliance. And they've donated $1 million to this tour to tour Black communities throughout the country to help them with food, help them through this whole COVID-19 situation. And I just thought it was just absolutely beautiful. So I was like, okay, we have to get Marcus Nettles on. Um, he's professional. He was former professional baseball player. Now, see, I don't know much about baseball, but I looked it up and I looked up his video. I was like, oh, he is like this real deal. This is real deal stuff. So they've all come together for this program, and then they're going through Representative LaShawn Ford's district as one of their stops. And I was like, we have to have all three of you on to Evanston Live TV and talk to us about this program and what's actually happening in the districts and what's needed out there and how can we help? How can we help to get the word out? So I'm gonna let DL Banks intro Mr. Neto because he knows more about the baseball because I do not want to down, I don't want to not give him the credit that he absolutely deserves without being able to describe it, his success, the way that it should be described.
Well, I don't really know much about this young man. One of the top 50 baseball players in the nation, yes. Olympic gold medalist, a two-time champion at the University of Miami, handsome guy, family man, more importantly, a family man. And he and he's done a lot of amazing things. He and I over the last 5 years or so, I don't know, in 5 years or so, with a lot of youth in the community, his baseball camps, and you know, it's all been everything's been underwritten, donations and stuff like that. He's a fantastic young man. And I mean, I don't know if I've done you justice, Mr. Nettles, but I mean, what I'm getting at here is, you know, you've done so many amazing things in the city of Chicago from a baseball perspective, from a youth perspective that, like I said, I'm gonna drop the mic and pass the mic and hand it to you. I want to hear from you, young man.
Oh man! All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Everybody can hear me. All right. Oh man, I don't want to talk about myself too much, but I will. You know how I am about that. I'm super humble when it comes to that. But I'm a Chicagoan. Grew up on the South Side, portion of Inglewood, portion of Beverly. Come from a really good family. My mom was a teacher, public school teacher. My dad was law enforcement. Went to Whitney Young High School, earned a degree from the University of Miami. Played there 3 years, got drafted in 2002 in the 11th round, played for the Padres and the Nationals, played in Mexico, played a little bit in Canada. And afterwards, I took about 2 or 3 years off. I had a majority minor league career. I had a few chances at big league camp. Took 3 years off and I transitioned into law enforcement, the same thing my dad did. And I felt like that was something that I was passionate about, something I've always seen in my family. I've seen my dad and my parents stand for the right thing. And I felt that, you know, me being in addition to the Illinois State Police would be good for the community because, as we all know, it's not a lot of Black men that's in law enforcement that want to take on that role. And it's a lot of responsibility that comes with it, a lot of integrity. And I felt it was something that was needed in our community, and more young Black males needed to see a face of somebody that came from that area and was able to come out and still be able to represent and give back to the community. And as you stated earlier, DL, my passion has always been, always will be with baseball. And I decided to start up these baseball camps in the Austin neighborhood. Did some in Inglewood. We was in the South Shore area the 1 year. And I go around to different cities in these different areas. And we did one at UIC too with Curtis Granderson. we go around to these different areas, and I put on a youth camp, and I have professional athletes come in, talk to the kids. I talk to the parents. I know my first year I did it. One of the most moving moments was that, you know, some of the it was three or four people. I want to say it was three people that I had locked up. It was something out of my hands. They had warrants out. I went and did the arrest. I started talking to them about my camps, and they actually brought their kids out to the camp, and they had a chance to speak and talk about how it was an amazing thing that I was doing, and that's what it's about to me. They couldn't believe when I was talking to them, when I had to go through the arrest process. I asked them if their kids play sports, and at first they was taken back, but I let them know that no, this is the real deal, man. I'm trying to help your kids out, man. I'm trying to help you out, and that's just some of the things that I've done. And in this area, to transition into that, I played against Curtis Granderson growing up. We have a really good relationship. He has a household name. I mean, he just retired last year, and he reached out to me. We always piggyback off each other for ideas. I helped out at some of his camps. He supported me with a lot of the things that I've done. And he reached out to me and said, hey, man, I know you heard I talked to you about the Players Alliance earlier, and we're going to be doing this tour, and we're going to be in Chicago. Is it any way that we can get the state police or Chicago Police Department to assist? Because I think it's something that our communities need to see. And of course, I didn't hesitate. I jumped all over it. I reached out to you. Amongst our contacts, I felt it was something that we needed to expand and let everyone know about it, because what they're doing, I think it's unbelievable. And like you said, you just talked to Jared Payton. Jared Payton and I went to Miami together.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, you know, we got a really close relationship. You know, the family-oriented atmosphere at that school.
It's like Michigan, baby. Come on. you know I'm gonna come back with that.
It's the wrong UM, man. It's the wrong UM. I tell you that. It's the wrong UM.
So Marcus,
yes.
Part of the Players Alliance tour, it's a huge focus on COVID-19, correct? Helping people throughout the community.
So it's helping with COVID-19 supplies. It's helping with baseball equipment, and it's helping with a couple of food supplies. I know they're passing out gift bags. It's going to be Tim Anderson there, Jason Hayward there, Ed Howard, the first rounder that played Jackie Robinson.
Sure. That's when Jackie Robinson won, right? The last time they
won. Yeah, he won. He was on
that squad, right?
Team.
Yeah.
Yep. And went to Mount Carmel. Got drafted in the first round out of Mount Carmel, and that's where I grew up playing as well with Jackie Robinson. So it's going to be a lot of people there, along with some other players, along with the other Chicago area. Caesar's going to be there. It's going to be a lot of other Chicago area baseball players that's going to be there to help and meet and greet and help pass out supplies.
So one of your stops is in Representative Ford's district, and I know Representative Ford, he's been doing a lot with COVID-19, bringing awareness. And every time I look up, he's got an event going on to help the community in some way. So Representative Ford, do you want to let us know more about what's happening in your district in terms of COVID and what the needs are? And
yeah, well, I could definitely say, Malika, thank you for bringing us together. And I do know that Marcus has done a great job in the Austin community, because they've done this in the Austin community. And not only did they introduce baseball to young people, boys and girls, they also created this environment of family and community. So it was beautiful to be in Columbus Park with you and the officers with the uniforms on and really making a connection with the community. So I want to thank you for that. And it's very, very honorable of you to give back. We know that a lot of Black people, boys and girls, tend to go for basketball. And baseball is very, very alive and well. And so I think that your love for the sport is very helpful to make sure that baseball isn't forgotten in the Black community. So thank you so very much for that. This Saturday at 10 o'clock, we're going to have a forum with the community organizations, all thing COVID, so that we could put together a strategy for the community to have testing sites all over the West Side, PPE distribution, food distribution. Holiday is coming. We need to make sure that the resources are pulled together and that the state, the city, and the county provides nonprofits and businesses the resources they need to deal with the pandemic that we're experiencing in the country. So the West Side of Chicago has been hardest hit, and we know that 70% of the deaths from COVID were Black. And so we definitely need to make sure that we partner with you to deal with making sure that we take care of the most vulnerable people. And when we say the most vulnerable people, COVID, we're all vulnerable because it can hit any of us. And so we need to make sure that we do everything to prevent people from catching COVID and keep their hopes up. So thank you so very much. And I'll send this to Malika and Banks, the information for the link to come in, and you guys could talk about what you're doing. I don't know what date you're coming in Austin. Is there a date? What date?
Oh, you were coming in, Marcus? I'll text you, LaShawn, as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have that schedule because I know it's 2 days, it's Saturday and Sunday, and it's 4 stops. I want to say it's Sunday on the 13th, I believe, because
that's good.
Saturday is the 2 Southside stops.
Okay, that's perfect, because when we announce it on Saturday, you could tell people that you're doing this on Sunday. We're going to have a lot of community organizations on. And I think that we should also make sure that they continue to support your program. Let them know how important the program that you have for baseball. I don't know what's going on with the baseball post-COVID, but this is an opportunity to connect with families because they're listening.
Right. And you know what I'll do too, Representative Ford, is I'll or through DL or however you want to do it, I can link you directly with the PR person to the Baseball Alliance.
I'll do a 3-way text if you guys want it, LaShawn, Representative Ford, if that's okay.
That's fine. I don't really, whoever you all want me to talk to send an invite to, that'd be fantastic. As long as I keep the relationship, like I know you, Marcus, and I know all of us on this call. I know Banks, so I don't have to go to anybody but us. If you guys, not unless you're like me delegating, like just go.
No, ain't no delegating.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
thank you so much.
Whatever you was comfortable with. But if you want to do it like that, however you want to do it, I just I'm here. I have my set of contacts. Everybody had their contacts, but I didn't know if it would be easier, however you wanted to do it, just in case it's something in the future when they swing by. But
okay, that would be good. Yeah, and you obviously you don't have any problems. You're with the state police, so I mean, if you ever don't want to make the ask, I'll ask for you. That way, you know what I mean. It's always, if we can always get somebody to do the ask, that way nobody have nothing over your head. Like, I did that for you now.
Well, right. So, the amazing thing about that, and then as you mentioned that, LaShawn's very good at that. And I always want to thank Representative Ford for always getting out there. And I'm also for introducing the legislation that you introduced for, teaching Black history in schools and stuff like that. Man, nothing but kudos, bro. I mean, I definitely appreciate that. I was very happy about that. Not to take away from what we're talking about right now, Marcus, but I did want to mention that. And I think I got some in the oven and it's beeping. I might have to grab that real quick.
I wanted to say, it's been so much conversation about, we've heard the controversy in the news with Ice Cube saying, he has this plan. And my whole thing with that is sometimes you don't have to wait on the president or who's in power. Sometimes you just bring everybody together, like this conversation happening right now.
Get to the streets.
Bring people together to make things happen on your own. On your own, just people coming together to make it happen. You don't necessarily have to wait on the president or the vice president. So just hearing this conversation is powerful to me and an example.
Well, that's interesting. You stated that because initially, when I even talked to DL about I wanted to start a baseball program, and I wanted the state police to get behind it. Initially, the state police they thought I was going to go to them and ask for money, but I already had my set of resources to help me out. And as you said, is waiting. I didn't wait. I went. I started it. I let them know I had everything on the table, and they approved everything, and it blew up into something that then everybody wants to become a part of. But it didn't matter to me that they wanted to come after the fact or whatever the fact, because at the end of the day, it's the right thing to do.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate what you do. I appreciate all three of you.
Last question, if I can ask Malika. So is this your, do you have your own nonprofit as well, Marcus? Or are you working with the Alliance only?
So no, I'm in the process of getting the Marcus Nettles Project, and that's the law enforcement, youth, and community. I'm gonna get all that stuff going. It's just been a matter of when COVID stopped. I just partnered and had an indoor facility in Burr Ridge too as well, and I was doing a lot of things in the area, and having some of that area sponsor some city kids to come to that place and work around. But this COVID kind of put everything to a halt. But I'm gonna get everything going again. We're gonna get the ball rolling once we be able to move forward.
Let me know what I need to do to help out with that. Speaking of Burr Ridge, I ran in a bowl like about within the last 2.5 weeks. Yeah. So, he's out there in Burr Ridge as well.
Yeah. Yep.
So Marcus, what all can we do to help the public out there? What can they do to help you to continue these programs and help with the Players Alliance?
Well, the Players Alliance is more about giving back. And like I said, I would love to get Curtis on his show at some point to talk to you. And when Representative Ford come out, introduce you guys to everybody, but they're about giving back. So invite as many people as possible that, let them know where the stops are going to be on Saturday and Sunday. I don't have them off the top of my head, but I know that the Kroc Center in Washington Park is on Saturday. I forget the times and exact date. New Hope Community Church, I think in Lawndale, I believe. But just have as many people as possible come out, because Major League Baseball matched 150 players that donated their first paycheck to this nonprofit organization that Curtis Granderson started.
That's cool. That's dope.
That's excellent. That is.
I think I remember Shaq bought a new car with his first paycheck.
Who's that?
So that's commendable. All right. Thank you all. Malika, thank you. And DL Banks, thank you very much.
I just text you, man. I just sent you a picture. Let's catch up.
All right? Okay.
So Representative Ford, nice to see you again. And
nice seeing you too, Sergeant. Bye-bye, Malika. Bye-bye.
Take care, guys.
All right.
Wait, hold on.
Whoa, okay.
She's like,
We ain't done yet.
Well, could I grab this food out of the oven before it burns? Is that okay?
I wanted to thank you guys so much, and thank you, DL, for introducing me to Marcus, because I think that this is absolutely beautiful. All of what you're doing, your program, the Players Alliance. So thank you for not waiting. Thank you for just taking your own resources and hooking up with other people wanting to help and making it happen. And I think we need to do more of that. And you'd be surprised what we can do when we just put our resources together and just do it ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much, Mr. Nettles. So I look forward to meeting you face to face out there
on Saturday.
So I know you guys are touring Chicago the 12th and the 13th. I looked at the schedule, but it doesn't say exactly where you'll be. But I know
I'll send it.
Okay. And where can people contact you to help in any kind of way?
Email works best for me. It's m.nettles@comcast.net.
Okay.
That's the m.nettles@comcast.net. But I know for sure, like I said, this Players Alliance is more about giving back. It's just have as many people as possible come out and support, or come out and get some COVID supplies, get some food, meet some players, network, talk to people. I think it's going to be a great thing for the community, especially for the people that, that need it.
Okay. And you will be practicing the guidelines, masks, and so.
Of course. I'm gonna be in uniform. Yes.
All right.
Uniform and masked up. So
Okay. Well, thank
Sounds
you.
like a winner.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Dio. And I'll be
Uh,
sure to get that information out to everybody. I'll put it in the description. Okay.
Sounds like a winner, young lady. Thank
yeah,
you so much.
thanks for having me on the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Now
Just young man.
are dismissed. Now you can go.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Okay, this is Malika of Evanston Live TV. That was Marcus Nettles, DL Banks, and Representative LaShawn K. Ford. You know, it's beautiful when people just come together and just make things happen. Just make it happen. You ain't got to wait. You don't have to wait. If you can gather them resources, you put things into motion when you know your community needs it. All right, so you guys, please be safe out there and stay tuned for more on Evanston Live TV.